He's very good tactically, as I said 2 weeks ago. He set his team up 2 weeks ago spot on. Yes, here and there he wrote his own luck, but that was because they made mistakes at the back. They were dangerous on the break. They're never going to have more the ball than Chelsea anyway. But he understands the game, and yeah, I like him. I like what Middlesbrough is doing.
I think just with thinking about Chelsea, the one thing that really annoyed me was the first leg was the lack of tempo, and that really helped Middlesbrough get into shape and make it difficult. They're going to do anything tonight, move the ball quickly, get it out wide, and you want to see Sterling and Mudryk getting 1v1 at the fullbacks. And you said earlier about the crowd. The crowd's slow here and subdued because the tempo's not there. If they get that first 15-20 minutes, it also sends a message to Middlesbrough.
Set up beautifully this. They are going to enjoy themselves tonight, and you can enjoy it now. Chelsea against Middlesbrough, second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final with Gary Neville and Bill Leslie.
Mark, thank you. Should be fun, this one. A Teesside generation has grown up dining out on Tales of Cardiff in 2004. Now 20 years on from their finest hour, Boro have it in their hands to write a new chapter in their history. I guess the big question here is which Chelsea side show up for what Mauricio Pochettino has called their biggest night of the season. Well, the big news for Chelsea is the return of Ben Chilwell to a starting lineup for the first time in 4 months, and a return in his favoured left-back role. He's in one of 3 changes from the first leg defeat. Also in Mykhailo Mudryk, who scored the late equaliser against Newcastle in the quarter-final, and Armando Broja's in to lead the line. So Cole Palmer, who played as a false 9 in the first leg, can conduct and create from a little deeper for Chelsea tonight. Interesting that Conor Gallagher is left out along with Nonan Madueke. They're both among the Chelsea substitutes. Middlesbrough without arguably their most important player from the first leg. Isaiah Jones out with a hamstring injury he picked up in the draw against Rotherham at the weekend. On the plus side, Johnny Howson, who missed out on Saturday, is fit to captain the side. Morgan Rogers available again after suspension. That'll give fresh momentum to the front line. Likewise, the return to fitness of Marcus Forss, who comes straight into the side in the third change from the first leg. Without both wing-backs from that first leg due to injury, it is going to be interesting to see exactly how they line up, whether it's a usual back four or whether Lucas Engel and Marcus Forss will be asked to cover there. Well, a lot of talk about atmosphere in the build-up. Middlesbrough have their fans here, their players, Gary, coming into the Lions' Den. And speaking of dens, good evening to you.
Good evening. Yeah, it's going to be a brilliant atmosphere. Obviously, those Middlesbrough fans behind the goal. What a huge night it is for them. But for Chelsea, it's a must-win. And Mauricio Pochettino has said it's the biggest game of the season. They are in transition, but the Carabao Cup can be an incredible part of this transition and will help those Chelsea fans gain some belief in this new project.
Before we get underway here, Stamford Bridge will play tribute to one of its greats, Tommy Baldwin, a key part of the Chelsea side of the late 60s and early 70s, who lifted the FA Cup against Leeds in 1970 and went on to lift the Cup Winners' Cup in Athens against Real Madrid the following year. A mighty roar in the West London drizzle, no question about this. It's the biggest game for Mauricio Pochettino in English football since he returned. His Chelsea side have been questioned, his big game credentials likewise, mainly due to the lack of trophies during his time at Spurs. His side can go a long way to providing some answers here, but they have some work to do. Middlesbrough with that first leg lead. No VAR tonight, no away goals rule. Knockout cup football in the raw in West London. at a packed Stamford Bridge. And at the start anyway, we certainly do have an atmosphere. Some Chelsea fans optimistic given the fact that they have been on a good winning run here in all competitions. It's 6 on the bounce now. The results look good, the performances haven't always been that way. Of the 4 wins that they've had here this season, only 4 of them have had the requisite scoreline to get through tonight. Thiago Silva looking to release Raheem Sterling. Tom Glover in the Middlesbrough goal, out quickly.
Yeah, when he asked Michael Carrick about what system he was playing, he said it's not about numbers, which confused me a little bit, but it does look like they are going to flip between a 4 and a 5.
Yeah, the fact is Isaiah Jones so important in that wing-back role. We saw that in the first leg. He's irreplaceable, so Michael Carrick has had to come up with something a little bit different.
He just needs his team to settle, so important when you're the underdog. The team from the Championship, just to build some authority and confidence in the game.
Well, as they were staying in the studio beforehand, it's not a night where Middlesbrough can sit back and look to preserve their lead. They've got to carry some threat. Surely if chances as good as in the first leg come the way of Cole Palmer and co, I should say, Chelsea will take them. Here's Disasi asked to play at right back for Chelsea again in the absence of the injured Malo Gusto. Colwill will be a lot more comfortable playing in his preferred position, although he's given it away here and Howson is on it. Hayden Hackney, the scorer in the first leg. Mudryk tucks in to help out.
Oh, you'll be disappointed there, Hackney. It was brilliant work from Howson. Engel was bombing forward on that left-hand side.
Chelsea with the best part of 10 days to rest, recuperate and get ready for these 2 massive cup ties they have here at Stamford Bridge in the space of 4 days. Middlesbrough didn't have the luxury of a mid-season break. They were in championship action against Middlesbrough, against Rotherham, I should say, at home at the Riverside Stadium. Morgan Rogers getting right into the thick of it.
Yeah, it was good work. Well, they've settled pretty well. We're only 3 minutes in, but Middlesbrough comfortable on the ball, as we expect from them.
So Chelsea have that home advantage, Middlesbrough with the 1-goal advantage. Middlesbrough, one of the best travellers in the Championship, much better statistically on the road than they are on their home patch. They'll derive confidence from that. Mudryk, cut out by the young defender Van den Berg. Force, the finish, attack up. And the experience in the heart of the Middlesbrough midfield. He's continued his run, but he's offside.
Yeah, well, Michael Carrick talked about moving with the swing and the momentum of the game. His team can recognise that Chelsea have just started. They've been pretty sloppy. The away team look more confident at the moment.
It's not in question that Chelsea have the better players and more resources, but do they have the mentality? It's a big test of that here for them tonight. The expectation from the home support and beyond is that they will overturn this first leg deficit. As we know, it's not always that straightforward.
It's 2 or 3 times now that Colwill has just played long passes forward. It's very windy out there, so it's going to be difficult to connect with his strikers that way.
Helped on by force. Thiago Silva needs to get there, and they're only just able to do so under pressure from Matt Crooks. Sassi. Enzo Fernandez is trying to break the Middlesbrough back line. A little too much on the ball.
He's playing really high, Enzo Fernandez. He's actually waiting up there almost like a centre forward, and Howson, central midfield for Middlesbrough, is just going right back in there with him.
Space out on this right-hand side for Rad van den Berg. Plenty of time as well to pick his pass into the centre. Chelsea looked at 6s and 7s. Now force. Again uncomfortable for the home side. Listen to the roar from the away end.
Yeah, they are uncomfortable. Chelsea just have not settled at all in the early periods of this game, and the football's all being played by the men in red shirts. Clearances are poor.
Here's Clark, one of those 3 changes from the first leg, although he did come on because of the injury issues that Middlesbrough suffered in that game. Emmanuel Latte-Lap, who went off inside the first 5 minutes of that first leg, he has not regained fitness. Isaiah Jones clearly leaving it late and hoping he might recover from the hamstring injury. He's travelled, but he's not able to take part.
No, he'll be so disappointed. Huge threat in that first game.
Colwell. Mudryk. Strong-armed out of the way by Howson. Force. Crooks almost getting in his way. Chilwell. Disassi. Now Sterling. And Chelsea could do with a standout performance from him, a 4-time League Cup winner during his days at Manchester City. Mudryk, a chance to run at Van den Berg. Back from Fernandez, it's Mudryk. Deflection behind for a corner at the end of what was Chelsea's most encouraging move so far.
Yeah, the best bit of play. Just works his way in off this left-hand side. So deflection in the end. Just loops well over the bar.
It's been an area for concern for Michael Carrick's side this season when they've been on championship duty. Let's see how they cope here with their first test on a blustery West London night. And Chilwell to deliver. Clark got his head to it. This is Sterling now. Plenty of stay forward in blue. Mudryk leapt well. Still needs some clearing. They've got in each other's way, the Middlesbrough defenders, but importantly, Howson can hook it away.
Yeah, it caused them a little bit of bother in the second phase of that corner. I just didn't think they got out of the box quick enough. They just stayed a few yards inside that 18-yard box and invited pressure.
Templates that Michael Carrick can and I'm sure will have looked at in terms of how you get success here at Stamford Bridge. Brentford in the autumn, Nottingham Forest as well came here and soaked up the pressure and ended nicking goals on the break. It'll very much be in Middlesbrough's thinking.
You just see House in there slotting in between right centre-back and right-back. Comes out now and see Enzo Fernandez making that run in there. He's just going all the way back in with him.
Well, it was slightly opaque what he told you in the interview, but you can see what he means is that it's a fluid system that his side are playing here defensively.
Yeah, I mean, ordinarily, if you're playing with a back four that's zonal, you wouldn't go back in there as a central midfield player into your back five, but look at him there, he's making it a back five. Howson, number 16, Enzo Fernandez just standing up there. I'm not quite sure it's the smartest thing to do, but I won't question it just yet.
The end justifies the means.
Well, ordinarily you'd want him building up and arriving rather than, oh, that's a good run.
Chilwell, he's got that! And it's wide.
He's asking for the penalty. I don't think he's going to get it. He thinks that Glover's come out and clattered him. Look, he makes a really good run. And that's the problem where the gap between the left back and right back and right centre back, because Howson's filling it. He's never there, the goalkeeper. Chilwell is always favourite. He just leaps so well, Chilwell, and just gets a little bit too much on it.
Glover had eyes for the ball, got plenty of Chilwell, no VAR of course tonight, so no further examination, and what we can confirm is that Ben Chilwell, for his complaints, picked up a yellow card from the referee John Brooks. In fact, it was Mykhailo Mudryk who got that yellow for what he had to say.
Yeah, I think even with VAR that wouldn't have been given as a penalty.
John Brooks in charge here, taking charge of his first semi-final in this competition, and his first in any cup competition since the 16-17 season, when he oversaw the FA Trophy matchup between Tranmere Rovers and Macclesfield. Palmer. Fernandez. Chilwell forward again. Sterling. Well, up the field for Middlesbrough, so Georgi Petrovic has plenty of time.
Chelsea just started to play a little bit this last few minutes. Much of the game maybe in this shape, where Middlesbrough just back, defending quite deep. I have to say that run from Chilwell was caused by that. You see where Howson is now going back into that back line. I can see that why that would confuse a full-back. So he's right in there in between, and then he just moves out late and leaves a big gap.
Sassi. Fernandez. And Chilwell. And they're ahead of force. Trying to thread it through for Raheem Sterling. Sterling's on. And Bro puts it in. And Chelsea level the tie. Inside the first quarter of an hour, Chelsea centre forward makes it 1-1.
Well, it was really good play from Chilwell. He's involved in almost a 50-50 earlier in the move, but what a pass. And that back line and that unit isn't together. Engel on that far side tries to play offside, but his mates in the middle go deeper. And it's a lovely little slide pass Sterling does really well, and as Roger just about to shoot, Howson comes in to try and clear and challenge. I think he might just put it in the back of his own net. He does. Oh, it's unfortunate.
Here comes force for Middlesbrough. Took a block from Disasi, and Middlesbrough have their first corner of the evening. And that will go down as a Howson own goal, no doubt about that.
Yeah, we couldn't see from up here. It did look like the Chelsea centre-forward put it in the back of the net, but not what Michael Carrick wanted. Level inside the first 15 minutes with the overall tie.
Neat build-up, it's back with Rodgers. Petrovic had to make the save.
Oh, it's well worked. It's a good chance. Lovely little combination. Morgan Rodgers just drifts past Chelsea players and tries to pull it back into that near side. Just doesn't get hold of the shot.
And his performances for Middlesbrough have attracted plenty of attention. Morgan Rodgers. Aston Villa have reportedly been bidding for him, trying to take him to Villa Park.
Well, I was just looking at him still on the halfway line, Morgan Rodgers, and he had his hands on his head because he knows chances like that won't come along very often in this match.
And Chelsea do give you a chance if you look at their record recently. 21 goals conceded in their last 13 games in all competitions. Only 3 clean sheets in that time. Marcus Forss, former Brentford player. There's that away record for Middlesbrough this season. Only the runaway leaders, Leicester City, have scored more league goals than them on the road. They've had to readapt from the weekend as well with 3 of their players cup-tied. Howson covering back under pressure from Chilwell.
I've mentioned it a few times, and it is unnatural to ask central midfield players to go and play as a third centre-back, and he's going back in there, but the problem is he's not playing as a third centre-back. He's dipping in, then dipping out, and I think it's causing more confusion than doing good. He's finding himself in some really awkward positions. See where Enzo Fernandez is trying to make those moves in behind, but ordinarily there, you just tuck your right back in, move your centre midfield player out, and leave Mudryk on the wide as being the furthest man away from goal, and that's your natural back 4. So he moves out now, but then goes back in. I wouldn't want that if I was a right back. I'd want to know exactly what he was doing all the time.
Asking too much of Mudryk.
Yeah, and I think that Mauricio Pochettino was saying to Chilwell, he's bringing him over, saying, look, you've got them down this side. Keep making those runs from out to in.
(2015), the last time Chelsea won this competition. It was at Mauricio Pochettino's expense. Jose Mourinho's Chelsea beating Mauricio Pochettino's Spurs in the final. Chelsea twice beaten finalists in the Carabao Cup since then. Most recently on penalties to Liverpool, and previous defeat in that time actually also on penalties to Manchester City, when Kepa refused to leave the pitch. Vandenberg sliding in. Caicedo. Brilliant.
Palmer, Sterling. Clark. Malasa. Middlesbrough worked that neatly back to Howson. Serving homegrown player Dale Fry. As Fry makes his 250th senior career appearance this evening.
He might stay in.
And then Berg, quite able to beat Ben Chilwell for pace.
See, when Middlesbrough defending this part of the pitch, they're a 4-4-2. It's quite simple. You see it there really well. Just watch the 16 now start to deepen, and that gap between right centre-back and right-back widen. It's a really good view of it.
Thiago Silva, one of the few Chelsea players who was at the club for that last League Cup final in 2022. Come into this cup run for the last couple of matches, the penalty win here against Newcastle and that first leg up at Middlesbrough. There's Disasi. Broya looking to get across Dale Fry, but not able to do so.
Enzo Fernandez having a right go at Mudryk. I think what he wants is that when Enzo Fernandez just pulls Howson out, that he wants Mudryk to make that run diagonally.
Thiago Silva. Palmer. Here's Rodgers. No way beyond Chilwell though. Enzo Fernandez. Disasi. Fired it into Clark. Palmer. A slip. And a miss back heel. And a route out for Middlesbrough. Rifle kindly for Crooks. Rodgers going forward as well. That was great covering by Colwell.
Yeah, his pace was much needed. Just broke really kindly for Middlesbrough, but he just flew across Colwell.
Barlasa and now Fry. Back with the Chelsea captain Chilwell. His last start before tonight actually came in round 3 of this competition when Chelsea edged past Brighton. So important for Chilwell for his hopes, and I think you were talking about it with Emma before the game, Gary, that this is his last significant injury break of the season. He gets a good few months of football under his belt if he's to force his way back into contention for the European Championships in the summer.
Yeah, most definitely. It was so frustrating to him, most of all, that he misses so much football, but gets to the point whereby you end up talking about players who are not available, and Chelsea would have to look at it eventually.
Mudryk looking to run in behind. Vandenberg doing enough. Not getting a touch either, so a goal kick for Middlesbrough.
Oh, there's a little bit of panic on from Vandenberg, and I had that fear that he may make a challenge for a penalty. Mudryk's pace, he's just got his shoulder in, and I think he did well, the defender, in the end, because he could have just lunged more than he did. He actually just pulls out and withdraws his feet back. If he'd have stuck one of those feet out, I think he'd have been in trouble.
Fernandez, that's a neat ball into Cole Palmer. Palmer seeking Sterling, but only finding Clark. Nearly through to Broya. Hackney. Now Howson. Such a boost that Johnny Howson was available after missing out at the weekend. Even though he's playing this hybrid role tonight, his experience absolutely vital. It's a pretty young side, notwithstanding him.
Yeah, they're not doing badly, Middlesbrough. I say Chelsea have just grown and obviously got more possession. A lot of the possession is in and around this area. It's not really hurting the away team.
Sterling couldn't shake off Hackney, so back he goes to Thiago Silva. Disasi. Sterling. Back to Disasi. There's Broya. And now Fernandez!
And now Chelsea hit the front. Chelsea's Argentinian World Cup winner sets them on the road to Wembley.
Yeah, big moment in this game. They're just playing quite slowly, recycling it, Chelsea, but all of a sudden there's a little bit of pace brought into the attack down that right-hand side with Sterling and Disasi. It's that back heel. Clark decides not to go across till late, and then we've talked so much about how Howson has gone back into the box with Enzo Fernandez, and the one moment that he had to be close to him, it's a brilliant movement from Enzo Fernandez. He just darts towards that near post and then just pulls in behind Howson. Howson loses him for a split second. Staying with your midfield run is so important, but the Argentinian finishes, sweeps it into the back of the net, and that's what he's been looking to do for half an hour of this game, and he's just gone and done it.
Enzo Fernandez, who came off the bench here in round 2 against AFC Wimbledon and won that game for them, has put Chelsea ahead in this semi-final for the first time. Now Middlesbrough have their work cut out. Still over an hour of this second leg to play. But within the first 30 minutes of this, Chelsea have turned this tie on its head. Given away by Mudryk. by taking a risk. Boro taking an opportunity.
Well, that's really settled everyone down in this ground, apart from those 4,000 Middlesbrough fans behind that goal where Chelsea are attacking.
Palmer. One own goal from Howson. And one from Enzo Fernandez. And that first leg, Hayden Hackney goal, is wiped out. Sterling. Vandenberg, helped on by Crooks. Force much more alert than Chilwell. There might be something on here for Middlesbrough. Rodgers, he left it behind at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he was thinking too many things, Morgan Rodgers. Was he going to work himself a shot, or was he going to pass to one of his teammates?
Sterling, an injection of pace. Force. Vandenberg. Rodgers felt he was offside, so couldn't approach that.
Yeah, he was offside. A little bit of sympathy for him. He'd made his run early and then was just working his way back.
Morgan Rodgers has enjoyed this cup run for Middlesbrough, scored in his last 4 League Cup appearances, and that half chance he had that you touched on a few moments ago, it's even more important now.
Yeah, it was a good chance from that corner. They worked it well. So those moments aren't going to come along that often for him.
(2-1) on aggregate then. And Thiago Silva on the ball for Chelsea. And Palmer, where he likes it, and Fernandez.
Yeah, I've not stopped talking about that all night, but it's fascinating me, the tactics of Middlesbrough. Howson just steps out late and kills his right back. You've got to change that. I think Michael Carrick's got to look at it, because it leaves his right back in no man's land, and Enzo Fernandez, well, he should score.
Well, Palmer putting good pressure on the goalkeeper, Tom Glover. Could only play it straight out. Well, having started pretty well, Middlesbrough, they're just hanging on a bit at the moment.
Yeah. See, we're into a back 5 again now. I personally think the right back should take Enzo Fernandez. Well, let's have a look at this goal. And I've been talking a lot about this, but just watch Howson in that position where he goes back in there and he's waiting for Enzo Fernandez. Just watch this as he makes the movement. He goes short and then he goes long and goes in behind. Classic movement. And Howson just gets dragged towards the ball, and he's cunning and devious and makes that movement in behind brilliantly.
Well, after his World Cup success, he really hit the ground running, didn't he, for Chelsea last season? Enzo Fernandez has been a little trickier for him this season, but the goals have started to come more regularly. That's now 4 in his last 8, and what an important one that one could be. Chelsea will look to add to it, though, as they seek Broja. Now Mudryk. Now comes Force. Neat flick from Vandenberg. Middlesbrough almost play their way into trouble. Crooks, a 3 for company, and Colwell robs him of the ball. Engel, the Danish under-21 international, The young Dutchman van den Berg. The son of the northeast, Hayden Hackney. Force. Valasa. Clark. And the Telegraph thought he was going to do that. Disasi with the first touch. Palmer finding Sterling. Disasi!
It's 3 for Chelsea on the night. And they are taking a firm grip on this semi-final now. Axel Disasi with his first ever goal in this competition. 3-1 on aggregates.
Yeah, a lot to think about for Michael Carrick, but that looks to me like it's game over. Disasi with the goal, the straight pass from Clark. Well, Disasi just latches onto it, and then you've got Palmer slotting it into Raheem Sterling, who makes no mistake with the pass, and you're just asking the question of the big defender, can he finish? Well, he does, and he finishes really well. It's the pace that he puts on it that's past Glover before he knows it, and puts Chelsea, you would think, into the Carabao Cup final at Wembley.
A night that had the potential to be nervy, to be awkward, to be painful for Chelsea. Well, they've stepped up with the first half that has quite simply blown Middlesbrough away. All those chances Gary squandered in the first leg, they have been clinical, and then some tonight.
Yeah, they have. They haven't had mountains of shots on goal, but like you say, when they have had them, they've been ruthless.
Well, I can tell you they've had 3 shots on target and scored from all 3.
Yeah. And it just allows them now to relax in the game.
The own goal that started the Chelsea flow of goals. Enzo Fernandez and Axel Disasi. His first goal actually since the first game of the season in the Premier League here against Liverpool. Now Mudryk. Nelson was well positioned on that occasion.
Yeah, there's a lot been asked of him in the first half, Johnny Howson.
Chelsea have turned around a first leg deficit in West London so far, and tomorrow night we see whether Fulham can do the same as they welcome Liverpool. Join us from 7 o'clock. Engel. Hackney. Caicedo in with the challenge. And getting the free kick.
Yeah, that first 5 minutes of the game, there was optimism. Chelsea looked a little nervy, and Middlesbrough had settled down quickly, but as the half has wore on, it's really comfortable now for Chelsea.
Strong challenge by Crooks, and he looks at the referee knowing what's coming his way.
Yeah, Enzo Fernandez, who spent much of the half playing high up the pitch, has just decided now at 3-0 to go and start to get involved in the game and dictate play from a deeper position. He gets whacked.
First Middlesbrough yellow card for Matt Crooks. Celebrated his 30th birthday last Saturday. Enzo Fernandez dusts himself down. 3-0 the scoreline in the last semi-final he was involved in the World Cup against Croatia. Here's Mudryk. A little bit of luck for the Ukrainian. Palmer.
Palmer has robbed it for Chelsea, and Palmer has surely made sure for Chelsea. A defensive disaster. Dan Balassa on his haunches, Michael Carrick side on their knees, and Chelsea dancing up the road to Wembley now.
Well, he had that chance in the first game, or two. Cole Palmer. Middlesbrough just getting caught again. Balassa just get caught on it, just at the back. He's overstretching. It wasn't too dissimilar to the chance that he had in the first game, maybe slightly more simple. And this is similar to the third goal that Middlesbrough concede, where they just give it away in a really poor area. And Palmer makes no mistake. He's composed, he's calm. A little shimmy to see whether he can get the goalkeeper to drop himself early, but in the end he just slots it into the far corner.
And the Chelsea fans already checking their diaries for Sunday, February the 25th.
Yeah, it was just about safe for Middlesbrough. You know, forget about getting into the game at 3-0. Just think about stopping Chelsea attacking and scoring more.
It's happened again. Palmer, Sterling, Caicedo. They've lost their composure.
Yeah. Well, the third one's difficult, the fourth one's a killer. Well, again, playing in obviously these deep areas in and around the box. Sterling onto it quickly. Clark gets dispossessed. It all gets a little bit scruffy after that. Let's just say at 3-0 that Middlesbrough just needed to get to half-time and somehow try and build a foundation in the second half. There's discussions going on about how it doesn't become, well, a bit of a mess from a Middlesbrough perspective in the second half, because they don't want to get beat 5-6-7. They try and stop the rot. And that's been the problem, just particularly in the last 10-15 minutes. The third and fourth goals, giving it away in poor areas.
Well, with 10 players for one reason or another, whether they're being away on Asian Cup duty, in the case of their two Australian internationals, injuries or cup-tied loanees that they have. Michael Carrick's hands tied coming into this. He had to come up with a plan that was going to give him a chance of securing that lead. Looked promising for the first few moments, but it's unravelled badly as the half has gone on. Getting word there'll be 2 added minutes tagged on to this first half. Well, Force took it away from him. Crooks. Caicedo. That'll be a goal kick to Chelsea.
Yeah, I thought Crooks could have just put it across first time. I think it'll be a team talk, difficult team talk, obviously, at half-time for Michael Carrick, but I think it'll be based around how this scoreline doesn't get any worse and trying to make sure they can maybe somehow work towards a genuine back five without Howson just dropping back in.
And they've got Anthony Dijksteel, the Dutch defender who's missed the last 5 games with injury. He's an out-and-out right-back who could come on and perhaps bolster that. But how fit he is to play 45 minutes, we shall see. Chilwell. Chelsea corner.
No, it's just what Mauricio Pochettino would have wanted. He maybe wouldn't have imagined a comfortable ride tonight and the game being over by half-time, but that's what he's got. You just have to be professional in the second 45 minutes.
Chilwell stands over the corner for Chelsea. Colwell and Thiago Silva up from the back. Disasi. Now Mudryk, touched away from him. The first leg was the stuff of dreams for Michael Carrick and for Middlesbrough. This first half at Stamford Bridge has been close to a nightmare. An own goal from Johnny Howson started the rot, and then Enzo Fernandez, Axel Disasi and Cole Palmer completed a serious turnaround to put Chelsea on the brink of a Wembley final. Half-time, Chelsea leading 4-0 on the night.
Middlesbrough out early on both sides, looking to make changes. Damage limitation now for Middlesbrough, Karen?
Yeah, absolutely. But they've got to now make it 0-0 this second half, or get something at least positive out of the game. But I think more for Chelsea, I was looking at is not for them to go through the motions now. This is for me where I see a Chelsea go, are you nice or are you a bit nasty? And tell this crowd what this new project of Chelsea is. Can you go on and get more and more?
Will Chelsea get nasty in the second half then? Let's rejoin Gary and Ben.
Mark, thank you. So one change apiece. Mykhailo Mudryk withdrawn for Chelsea, and Noni Madueke is introduced in his place, and Anthony Dijksteel on a more out-and-out defender in place of Marcus Forss. Well, a blistering first half from Chelsea. Almost extraordinary. Something even more extraordinary needs to happen if Middlesbrough are going to salvage something from this. Disasi. You mentioned that team talk, Gary, at half-time that we'd have had from Michael Carrick. Is it as simple as go out and win the second half, go out and draw the second half, restore a bit of pride?
Oh, there will be a bit of that, but I think first off it will have been around how they get more solid, stop Chelsea scoring more goals. Obviously if they can get through 15-20 minutes, then they can think about maybe scoring a goal. I think what I'd be most worried about is not ending up on the back end of a 6-7-8 type scoreline.
Well, the biggest ever League Cup semi-final second leg win is 5-0. Liverpool did that against Palace back in 2000-2001. I won't want to carve that particular bit of League Cup history into the Middlesbrough annals tonight. And it all started so well, didn't it? They look composed, they look confident in the opening exchanges.
just that injury to Isaiah Jones just knocked them, because they have played with the back 3/5 against the Premier League teams, and in that first half it was just a little bit awkward watching them with that back 4 and Howson dropping in.
Well, they took Villa all the way in the FA Cup at the Riverside Stadium before Villa edged them out with a late deflected goal. Villa, who come here on FA Cup business on Friday night. Fry, intercepted by Chilwell. Sterling, who's gone to the left, allow Madueke to roam down the right. And on that left for Chelsea is Chilwell. Clark gets down low. Howson. Vandenberg. Middlesbrough have done well to get out thus far, but they're trying to get out further and gift it to Caicedo. To Sassi. Given that there's a quick turnaround for Chelsea ahead of their FA Cup tie here against Aston Villa on Friday, I just wonder exactly whether that will be in the thinking of Mauricio Pochettino approaching this second half. We'll see a flurry of changes at some point, given that they are in such a comfortable position at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. It's the ideal scenario for him. Just tells you about the current predicament of Chelsea, though, that he's not taking a chance just yet. I mean, there will be a time, or he hopes there'll be a time, whereby he'll have full confidence in his bench and he can take off the likes of Fernandes and Caicedo and Thiago Silva. Ooh.
Lassa, who was robbed by Palmer for his goal, is robbed again. And goes Madueke under the challenge from Clark. Only a corner given rather than the free kick that Noni Madueke was hoping for.
Yeah, Madueke's just fallen awkwardly. Clark gets quite a bit of the ball and just a little bit of him.
Just over 4 minutes after his introduction.
Yeah, he doesn't look comfortable at all.
No. And Chelsea's treatment room already creaking. The hopes that Christopher Nkunku might be available tonight were in vain. Looks like he'll be on the sidelines for a little bit longer. Conor Gallagher left out of the starting lineup today. It's a rarity that he's not in the Chelsea starting 11, whatever the competition is. Well, Chelsea going to have to sub the sub. Continue with the assessment for Noni Madueke. In the meantime, Chilwell will plot exactly where he wants to put this corner. Usual suspects forward from the back for Chelsea.
Yeah, it looks like it's going right on top of the goalkeeper. A little scrum going on in there.
Chilwell in front of the Matthew Harding stand here at Stamford Bridge. Palmer. Caicedo. Very hard to pin down Cole Palmer, and he's got away.
Yeah, it's brilliant work, but then he got a little bit excited.
Colwell, he got excited, unleashed one, but found it wide.
Yeah, was it a little back heel nutmeg of some kind? We were quite a bit away, but yeah, it was. Ooh. He just overhits the cross. Hits it well, Colwell. Just doesn't bring it back.
Middlesbrough persist with playing out from the back. It's cost them on a couple of occasions in the first half for the third and fourth goal. Thiago Silva penalised that. And they'll get a yellow card as well for pulling back.
Yeah, I give up saying it now as a commentator for the last 6, 7, 8 years, where teams give goals away from playing out from the back but then still continue to do it. It's what every team does. Thiago Silva just a tactical foul, got himself in a bit of trouble against Rodgers.
He's giving away 18 years to the Middlesbrough number 10, so wouldn't fancy the chase. Vandenberg tries a bit of trickery. Hackney, Colwell, Dijksteel.
Into Middlesbrough's hands in the second half and stop Chelsea going for it is the fact they got this game on Friday, and the fact the game is already done, and they just might play out the 4-0. That's what Middlesbrough will be hoping. Chelsea just step off the gas.
Middlesbrough certainly won't want what's been a terrific cup adventure to end this way. They've had to really do it the hard way on the road. It's only the 7th tie that they've played in this run so far. And the first leg of this tie, the semi-final, was the only one that they played at home so far. Huddersfield, Bolton, Bradford, Exeter, Port Vale, all on this meandering road that they hoped was going to end up at Wembley. The first half that happened here ensured that that looks seriously unlikely. Chilwell. He's looked sharp enough, hasn't he, Ben Chilwell, on his return to the side?
Yeah, he has. Sometimes when a player comes back, they look like they're just a little bit short, but his running power's there.
And interesting, Gary, given what you were saying earlier about sometimes when you come back from the latest of a succession of injuries, you're a little bit nervous about fully committing. There's been no sign of that, has there?
No, I mean, it's helped obviously that Chelsea had a lot of the ball. He didn't get put under enormous pressure in that first half defensively. I just think sometimes, obviously, particularly players who've played a lot of football, and Chilwell doesn't come into that category, but you know, you say Robertson at the moment and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who are full-backs who've had a little bit of a rest, they can come back really strong from that and just really work well for you, a sort of month out to build your strength back, just get your rest. Mentally just step off it a little bit.
Palmer with the flick, Nelson with the header. Palmer trying to manoeuvre, and Enzo Fernandez firing into the stand.
You will know how important, the amount of time we've spent talking about Chilwell and Reece James and how important they are to this team.
Well, they're always loath to put a timescale on Reece James's recovery, but in his captain's programme notes today, he says things are progressing well and he's very pleased with the way things are going. Still going to be a couple of months, would suggest, before he's anywhere close to a return. Mark Cucurella, who is a left-back but has been playing on the right in Reece James's absence, is another one on the injury list.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether Chilwell does actually come off. I'm sure there will be substitutions, as you mentioned, but his name you would think would be on that list.
You didn't need to make that other one in case you didn't realise Madueke is long since back on after the concern over his shoulder. He's made an impression on his return, actually. Turned the game here against Crystal Palace, winning that late penalty, and was very good in the win away at Luton, setting up the lead that Chelsea managed to hold on to. Can Middlesbrough whip up a similar storm to eradicate a 3-goal deficit as Luton did? No signs of it as yet. Still. There's Caicedo. Sassi. Madueke. Palmer.
Think of Disasi at right back, and you think of Chelsea through some of their most successful years. They had centre-back types playing at right back in Ivanovic and Azpilicueta, really strong, solid defenders.
Thiago Silva can't afford another error, given that he had been put, but he's won the free kick off Morgan Rogers this time. Well, there was a feeling at the Riverside at the weekend that it might have been a swan song for Morgan Rogers in the red of Middlesbrough, given the interest, particularly from Aston Villa. If that is the case, then this may be his last appearance for the club.
Do we know what the number is on his head?
8 to 10 is what's talked about.
Cheap. You don't hear those numbers much anymore, do you?
Not round here anyway. Number of signings, perhaps. Here's Caicedo. His fee was about £100 million more than that. Mauricio Pochettino apologised to the Chelsea supporters who travelled up to the Riverside for the performance in the first leg. He talked about needing to get that reconnect going, and let's be fair, it's not all down to Mauricio Pochettino. The last couple of seasons here have been pretty toxic at times, certainly lukewarm in terms of the performances. It's going to take a while for there to be a proper bond, I would imagine, between this new Chelsea setup and the supporters. But nights like this won't hurt at all in that respect.
No, and winning a trophy will be a big springboard. And they're going to have a shot at it in a few weeks' time, either against Fulham or Liverpool.
Another 0-0 final and penalties if it's Liverpool. There were two of those, weren't there, a couple of seasons ago?
Yeah, they played well in those finals. They were unlucky. I was at the League Cup one, the Carabao Cup one, wasn't at the FA Cup one, but watched it.
Middlesbrough going to make another change. Lewis O'Brien, who's on a season loan from Nottingham Forest, is going to get a run out. The Cup semi-finalists actually last season with Forest when they were comprehensively outplayed over 2 legs by Manchester United. Of course, went on to lift it. Guy Steele. Rogers to thread it through.
happy, Michael Carrick, that his team have got to the hour mark without conceding, and just a small step in this second half.
Jonathan Woodgate, the former Middlesbrough head coach, now part of Michael Carrick's backroom staff. Here's Howson. Decent ball in. Chilwell took a touch, Dyke steal. For Rodgers. A block from Thiago Silva.
Oh, he'll swing at it with his left foot. But the Howson pass down this left-hand side was fantastic. Ball into the middle was brilliant. At one point you thought Crooks was favourite. It was up against Colwell, I think.
Those two close to the ball here, but the offside flag is up.
It's the Howson pass. We just see it in the ball into the box. It's absolutely wonderful from Engel. Just what you want. Forward running across the near post. It fell to Rodgers in the end. Dyke's team just pops it off to him.
To get the answer as to how long Ben Chilwell's going to stay out there, and we're also going to get another yellow card for Middlesbrough. Rav van den Berg going into the book for pulling back on Raheem Sterling.
He's got a massive height advantage, van den Berg, but Raheem Sterling strong.
Well, Chelsea are going to steal a march in substitution terms. Lewis O'Brien's introduction will wait, and Alfie Gilchrist will come on for Chelsea to replace Ben Chilwell. 65 minutes or so in the legs, and as we just touched on a few moments ago, looking sharp during them.
Yeah, we thought that would happen between 60 and 70 minutes. He'll be happy with that, Chilwell, as will Mauricio Pochettino.
All smiles, Twixt captain and manager. Armando Broja, who remains the only fit out-and-out centre-forward at the club, isn't risked for the remaining half an hour or so. And the captain's armband is taken on by Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, Cole Palmer's gone up top. Conor Gallagher's gone into his position just off the front. Gilchrist at right back, and they've shuffled the back four around. Disaster's gone inside one. Colwill to left back.
Now, one of the pluses of Chelsea's full-back issues is that Alfie Gilchrist's introduction to the side has been accelerated. He's getting some good action at the moment, the Chelsea under-21 captain. John Terry, who does a lot of work with the Chelsea youth teams, identifying Alfie Gilchrist as the player most likely to establish himself from the youth ranks in the first team. Sterling. Howson. Vandenberg. Hackney. Conor Gallagher. Typically committed style.
Yeah, Chelsea really going to sell him?
It's one of the big questions, isn't it? if you are in the camp who think that they might, the fact he was left out tonight, does that tell you anything?
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw the team sheet come through. It's got to a point whereby you've spent that much money that you've got to sell one of your own who's playing pretty well to fund it.
One of your own who quite often this season has been the standout midfield performer alongside the £100 million acquisitions in that area. That's a great run from midfield from Gallagher and a great ball to pick him out. Now Palmer. And Middlesbrough able to close the door in the nick of time.
Natural in that position.
Madueke. Colwell. Sterling. Fernandez. Palmer looking over the top to Sassi. He had a chance to have a swing. He only caught fresh air.
Oh, he will scream. Because it was there for him. He makes a really good run. It's a beautiful pass from Cole Palmer. And great spot. Just has to help it on. Easier said than done.
Clear nudge in the back there by Thiago Silva. Free kick for Middlesbrough, and I wonder if they use this opportunity to make at least one of the two changes they've been plotting. Lewis O'Brien will be introduced, making way Johnny Howson. Well, Middlesbrough were due to play against Birmingham this weekend, but Birmingham's progression in the FA Cup means that has been postponed, so they've actually got a bit of a break after this, 11 days before they have a local skirmish against Sunderland. But no need to risk Johnny Howson given the lie of the land here, given that he was injured coming into this game.
Yeah, he's getting a great reception from those Middlesbrough fans behind the goal. Should have played it through. Not this time, he's offside though. It was on first time.
He had a fleeting appearance at the end of the win here against Fulham 10 days ago. Chukwuemeka is going to get a little bit longer here. And Moises Caicedo gets a rest. Few players at Chelsea this season who, just when they look like they might be settling into some sort of form pickup and injury, and Chukwuemeka, who was a regular at the start of the season, remember that goal he scored away at West Ham? And he got injured, and these are his first appearances since then. A couple of minutes at the end against Fulham, and now the best part of 20 here.
I feel both coaches are thinking about the future and the minutes coming up in the matches ahead.
Gilchrist. Palmer's foraging is causing real problems for Middlesbrough. Brighton under pressure, and Sterling sliding in. Gets the corner.
You're watching it unfold before your eyes and you're thinking, oh no, don't give it him there. He's got his back to play and Raheem Sterling's running on. You can see that goalkeeper. He wants it there. Not your centre-back, that's for sure.
Back to Sterling. Gilchrist. Back to Georgi Petrovic, who was the hero, of course, of the penalty shootout here against Newcastle with a couple of saves to set up the semi-final against Middlesbrough. Well, overturning this scoreline in the way they have done it, it's big for Chelsea, but it's big, Gary, isn't it, for Mauricio Pochettino?
Very, yeah, very. I mean, you couldn't afford tonight to go wrong. Imagine what the atmosphere would have been like in here, and I think just as a stepping stone to get to a Wembley final in your first season, when it's been difficult. Premier League's been challenging. I think we'll give them a big boost.
You sense at times, don't you, that maybe he's surprised at how long it's taking to get a tune out of this group. All the injuries haven't helped.
Yeah, I mean, he's not got a functioning team. It looks like they haven't played together, as you say. So many injuries, so many new signings introduced, and churn over the last 12 to 18 months. Not just a churn on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. The ownership's changed, the CEO's changed, the sporting director, the medical department, everyone at Chelsea.
The whole culture, really.
Yeah, has been shifted out.
Here's Madueke. Clark with the block. As Chelsea look to be homing in on number 5.
We've also got a group of young players with potential who are a little bit erratic and just need to settle down and improve and mature. And they're not doing that in a stable environment, but that will improve. Cold Palmer.
He'll take the corner. So who will Chelsea face in the Carabao Cup final? Will it be Fulham or will it be Liverpool, who have that 1-goal lead? Find out with us tomorrow on Sky Sports from 7. There's been a terrific effort to come down from Teesside for this one on a blustery Tuesday night. Storm Isha, Storm Jocelyn, unpredictable travel.
Palmer! He has his second, and Chelsea have their 5th. It's bordering on the brutal from the Blues. Chelsea 5, Middlesbrough 0 on the night.
Yeah, it looked like the game was just drifting towards a 4-0 conclusion, but it's Middlesbrough just getting caught in their own defensive third again. And it's really good work down that side from Conor Gallagher. Just takes it with his right foot and pulls it back with his left. Just waits and waits and just does it really late. Shifts the ball well. And the pace is on the cross. And then you just want someone with technique. And that is Cole Palmer. Really good goal.
Well, the referee will wait to remove the smoke bomb from the corner of the Stamford Bridge pitch, but after squandering those opportunities in the first leg on Teesside, Cole Palmer has been clinical in West London tonight. Chelsea regular visitors to Wembley, old and new, and they have equalled Middlesbrough's record, or Liverpool's I should say, record second leg win over Palace here against Middlesbrough. They look in the mood for more. Sterling, no foul.
And I think when Michael Carrick was so frustrated is that the goals haven't been really developed from Chelsea brilliance. It's been more that his own players getting caught in really bad areas of the pitch, where if you give it away, the opposition are right onto your goal. And that's been the story of the night really for Michael Carrick and his team.
The biggest night of the season has ended up with their biggest margin of defeat of the season. And still their fans sing. Terrific away support. But more generosity from the men in red. It's Madueke now as Chelsea seek a sick. Well, it might be another own goal or it might be Madueke. Either way, Chelsea on course for a record second leg winning margin here. Still 10 to play, and Chelsea have a half dozen against Boro.
That was the fear at half-time. I'm sure Middlesbrough fans had and the Middlesbrough coaching staff. And they're just giving it away again. I mean, to say there's a pattern is an understatement. But in the end, when you give it away in areas like that, so loose, you end up in a situation where you're almost 3v3. And that's asking for trouble against this type of team. I think it was going in. Whether they give it as own goal or not, I'm not sure. But the outcome doesn't change. That's 6 goals going in the back of your net.
Rogers upended by Disasi. O'Brien. Oh, that's neat, but that's offside. Nothing going Middlesbrough's way here.
Well, they're still celebrating. This time Madueke and Chelsea just give it away in a difficult area. Yeah, just really good decision. Good goal. But good by the assistant referee, and they revel in the idea that they did score a goal but wasn't allowed.
Look at that, 6 efforts on target, 6 goals. Well, no wonder the Middlesbrough fans celebrate that goal. They haven't seen a Middlesbrough player score here at Stamford Bridge since 2001 when Alan Boksic scored from the penalty spot. The wait for a win here will go on. More vaguely chaotic defending at the back.
Fry and O'Brien just getting in each other's way. The thing is, and I don't think Michael Carrick will be any different. I don't hear any coach, when their players give it away in a poor area, say we need to change the way we play. They say they just need to get better on the ball and better at doing it. And that's the big change in the game, or one of the big changes in the game in the last sort of 10-15 years. I mean, there's no doubt if I'd have given the ball away in a poor area 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been giving it away in a poor area again.
Your hair would be crying.
I've been lumping it down the line in long throws for the rest of the game.
Well, this is a nice moment with the time more than secure. Raheem Sterling brought off, and a debut for Leo Castledine, an England under-19 international. His early career has alternated between AFC Wimbledon and Chelsea. Just under 4 years ago, he rejoined from AFC Wimbledon, and now he comes on to make his full Chelsea debut. If you think you recognise the name Castledine, his father Stuart was a former Wimbledon midfielder.
Yeah.
There we go, it's a record-winning margin. It's also a joint record with Aston Villa, who hit 6 against Blackburn back in 2009-2010 season. .6-4 that one that ended up, I believe. Rogers battling away against Azazi. Colwell. Now Alfie Gilchrist. Madueke. Rogers has O'Brien in support.
Wants a goal himself and gets one. Well, it's certainly a consolation, but it's definitely a goal of quality from the much coveted Morgan Rogers. And Middlesbrough have scored a goal at Stamford Bridge for the first time in 23 years.
Yeah, what a good moment that is, not just for Morgan Rogers, but mainly for those Middlesbrough fans who've made the long trek south and have a long, long journey home. To see them celebrate the eye and the goal is good, and he gets his goal, Morgan Rogers, but that could also get him a move. Because he ambles forward, not looking interested too much, all of a sudden just comes alive, and then the power in the shot. He uses the side of his foot. Petrovic is nowhere near it, which just tells you the power that he got in it, also more importantly the accuracy.
So Alex Gilbert is on. Crooks. What that also means, as far as Morgan Rogers is concerned, is that he is now the top scorer in the Carabao Cup this season. His 5th, which takes him ahead of Cody Gakpo, who will have a chance to respond for Liverpool just down the road at Craven Cottage tomorrow night. Surging forward. Surely not again. Slightly longer clearance this time from Tom Glover, who's had enough about playing out. So Gary, it's time. Last minute, player of the match. Yeah,
I've gone for Cole Palmer, who is always a great watch, so smooth and silky. And creates chances, scored goals tonight as well. Really good on the eye.
Loose touch from Gilchrist, so Middlesbrough will have the throw. Confirmation, Michael Salisbury, the 4th official, that it will be 3 added minutes. And it's Chelsea giving it away. Clark.
Yeah, there's Middlesbrough fans behind the goal. It's going to be 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe, when they get home. Those percentages, I would imagine, be going into work tomorrow, and they're still there, singing away, young and old.
Well, their first semi-final in this competition since they went on to win it 20 years ago. And many events on Teesside to commemorate. Famous afternoon against Bolton at the Millennium Stadium. And they won't have a chance to repeat the feat this current crop at Wembley. But it's been a fine run. Just ran out of steam here at Stamford Bridge today. Too many absentees for one reason or another, and too many mistakes. Palmer. Madueke up against Clark. No foul. Engel. Rogers could be away again. Gilchrist needs to get back. took Enzo Fernandez's assistant. Rodgers was persistent, to say the least. Here's Castledine.
It's Wembley for Chelsea and for Mauricio Pochettino. And it's a heavy beating for Michael Carrick and Middlesbrough, who came here with that first leg lead, but quickly that evaporated as Chelsea piled on the pressure and piled up the goals. 6 of them in the end. Cole Palmer at the heart of many. He got 2 for himself and helped out many along the way. Middlesbrough playing out from the back, played into Chelsea's hands, and Chelsea have a date on February the 25th as they look to win this competition for the 6th time in what will be their 10th League Cup final. In the end, Gary, they just had too much.
Yeah, far too much. I mean, Middlesbrough contributed to their own downfall by making mistakes in possession, but the quality was still there from Chelsea. And a big moment for the club. It's obviously a new ownership trying to build a new project, a new manager, new everything, and winning trophies is going to be the one thing that's going to accelerate that journey more than anything. And they've got an opportunity either against Liverpool or Fulham in 4 weeks' time at Wembley to do something special.
Mauricio Pochettino is often beaten with the stick that he's never won a trophy in English football. He will get the chance on February the 25th at Wembley after a thumping second leg win against Middlesbrough. Final score on the night: Chelsea 6, Middlesbrough 1, on aggregate 6-2 in Chelsea's favour.
Yeah, thumping win for Chelsea, as Gary said, though. Middlesbrough contributing to their own downfall at times, Mark Schwartz.
They did, and I think that's probably the biggest disappointment for Michael Carrick, and certainly a lot of the Middlesbrough fans here, is that they at times made it too easy for Chelsea, and they gave the ball away too easily in dangerous positions. We talked about it before the game. Middlesbrough couldn't afford to give Chelsea the opportunities they did in the first leg again tonight, and unfortunately, that's what happened.
The Middlesbrough players going over towards their fans who have stayed right till the very end, Karen, in that away section.
Yeah, they haven't. You know, they've been cheering them on all lead and been fantastic. And unfortunately for those fans who were beaten by a far superior team in Chelsea, and as Mark said, they didn't have to work too hard for it. Chelsea, you know, Middlesbrough, culpable of their own mistakes. It's something for Michael Carrick, a young manager in his career and his journey, to maybe understand moving forward, but nonetheless the fans are brilliant.
Yeah, just as Michael Carrick stands there and applauds those Middlesbrough fans, he'll be better. He won't feel it at the moment, but he'll be better for nights like this as a coach.
Yeah, of course. Look, it's a great experience for them, for him as a coach, but also for the club. He's come in last year. He's changed a few things. It was a great journey, getting to the semi-final. Done themselves really proud in the first leg. It was always going to be a very difficult game for them today, you know, where they needed a lot of luck, but also needed to be solid, and they made too many mistakes today. But they can look back and be really proud of themselves. Obviously, you don't want to come here and lose 6-1, but the journey until today has been very good, and they have done themselves really proud.
We won't know for many years whether this is the platform for Chelsea now.
You can only hope. You know, I keep saying it, said it along the journey. Can this be the catalyst for them? I said I don't think it was a too difficult game for them tonight, but nonetheless they had to perform and they got the result in that final. But the expectations of the old Chelsea is to win trophies. So they're one step closer now. They're going to Wembley, but it's still a young side, and that's so nice, though, isn't it? To be fair, that is what it's about as well. But he's been brilliant as well. Cole Palmer today, so credit to him.
Yeah, after a difficult first leg.
Yeah, but as a footballer, you're gonna go through those moments. You're gonna have games where you're going to miss, especially as a forward player, that you're going to miss easy chances, and that's what happened to him. But it's about what the next step is. You know, how you react, how you are in your next match, and he put it behind him against Fulham. He was brilliant, and today he showed his quality as well. You know, with 2 good goals. He's a top class player.
Yeah, and having given his shirt away, he needed to get a big coat before he could do his post-match interview. He, alongside another Chelsea goal scorer tonight, are with Emma.
Haven't got any cue. Well, congratulations to the both of you. You're off to Wembley. How good does that sound?
Today was a great game. After the first game that we lose, so I'm happy today because we show another face, and I think that we deserve to win this game. And for me, it's my first time that I will go to Wembley, so I'm very happy also for this.
Cole, this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is why you joined this football club for nights like this.
Yeah, of course. After the first game, we knew it would be difficult. But yeah, to get the win and go to Wembley for the first time this season, it's gonna be a good day.
And for you personally, to get on the score sheet twice, did you come here tonight with a little bit of a point to prove after the first leg?
Yeah, I missed 3 setters in the first game, so it was always in the back of my mind coming into this game. But to score 2 and obviously go through to Wembley, the most important thing. So we're happy.
Axel, a great finish from you as well. How hungry were you out there tonight?
As I say, after the first game, we was all hungry, and the coach said that we have to push, to play hard, and he put me on the right back, and I tried to do my best. I helped the team, and I feel free on my side, and that's it.
What kind of message do you think this performance sends out about this Chelsea team and the direction that you're going in?
I hope we will keep this, because we have to keep this mentality in championship also, to win more games. And I think we are on the good way. We have to stay focused. Now we have another game Friday, so we have to rest, to stay focused, and to keep this mentality. Come on, bro.
He's got lots to say. It's an exciting occasion, but for you, Cole, finally, how much of an opportunity does this feel now to really do something special with Chelsea this season?
Yeah, we're not at the best of starts. Everyone knows that. There's no hiding it. But to go to Wembley, it's going to be a big day. Great opportunity to get a trophy, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Well done to the both of you tonight. It's been a great team performance, but if you wouldn't mind doing the honours, you are the player of the match, Cole. Well done.
Congratulations, Cole.
Thank you. Could have been you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2 members of a very happy Chelsea squad there. They are through to the final at Wembley tomorrow night. We'll find out their opponents.
Liverpool in the mix.